ultimately, what all these have in common, it doesn't matter what the card game is what they have in common is that they're really old. So they're older than 20 years. And the population of these cards are less than 100, or about 100. So those are the two commonalities on what determines all these big numbers we're seeing when it comes to pricing and why cards are expensive. The likelihood of someone ripping open a base set booster box of Pokemon and pulling a Gem Mint 10 Charizard are very slim. And the reason why they're very slim is because there's not a lot of the base set booster boxes out there. Just like there's not a lot of the Charizards out there. There isn't some secret warehouse where they have a bunch of these cards all saved up. It's whatever's really out there right now is basically it. There might be one or two that might sneak through. There might be one or two that might be discovered. But for the most part, those numbers are going to stay pretty stagnant, and they're going to stay like that. The populations of those cards are going to stay exactly where there are, about 100 or less. Now, if we're going to look at something more modern, like Evolving Skies, what I always shit talk about, let's start looking at the pop reports for some of these secret rare cards. Let's see, a full art Leafeon VMAX at 1,624. We have a full art Leafeon VMAX secret rare again for 8,909. 8,909. Full art Gyarados VMAX secret rare 2,029. Full art Glaceon VMAX secret rare at 1,611. We also have a full art Glaceon VMAX at 8,673. We have Sylveon 1,680. The secret rare is 11,156. And then we always want to go down to this Umbreon at 17,578 graded copies in a PSA 10. This is from a set from 2021. This is a 4-year-old set, and the population is already at 17,578 in a PSA 10. Now, this is exactly what I mean when I say that the game is rigged from the start, baby, and you just don't fucking understand the game you're playing. There are people out there who are speculating, saying that this card is going to the moon, that it's infinite profits, that it's never going to stop. But if you look at historical data, and this goes beyond just the Pokemon card game, we look at the Yu-Gi-Oh card game, we look at Magic the Gathering, what matters the most is how much is out there. What's the population? And the two determining factors I told you to make a card really expensive is the active population and how long it's been out there. Because how long it's been out there usually is a good decider on if everyone's kind of opened up these packs of cards and, whatever's been graded has been graded, whatever's been lost to time has been lost to time. And whatever you have left, those original population numbers of around 100 are going to stay there and going to stay pretty stagnant. With these more modern sets, you not only have high population reports already graded in the thousands to tens of thousands, you have people you watch on YouTube who are sitting in a room and you see behind them like a bunch of Fusion Strikes and a bunch of Scarlet and Violet era stuff and Evolving Skies stuff. So on top of you already knowing what's already been graded out there, there are people who are thinking that they're going to sit on top of boxes and they're going to make a bunch of money. But that's where the problem lies, because the game was already rigged from the start, baby. There are way too high of population reports already for these newer sets from 2021 all the way up to 2025. Now let's look at another set, the 151 set. Let's look at the special cards from this set that are super rare and they're going to make infinite money. Let's really look at them. Charizard, special illustration rare, 20,219 copies graded. Okay. Venusaur EX, 11,679 copies graded. Blastoise EX, 13,023 copies graded. Alakazam, 8,154. And Zapdos EX, 9,591. These aren't cards I would wager as putting the money on the horse, putting my bet on these cards, because there's just too many of them out there. The game is rigged from the start, and you don't understand the game is already being played and how fucked over you already are for spending that much money in the first place for cards that are not actually that rare, and how everyone and their grandma is grading cards now, where originally there was about 100 copies of each card in the original sets. Now let's look at another set, Fusion Strike. You're going to find something very similar. Full Art Inteleon, 2,618. We're going to look at this Mew VMAX, 2,765. The Full Art Mew VMAX, 6,077. Full Art Espeon, 9,801. Full Art Gengar, 11,331 copies. And there are just so many copies in these newer sets where they go for thousands all the way up to the tens of thousands on the Pop Report. Let's look at another set, Lost Origins. We've got the Full Art Giratina V, 916 copies. But the real one you want is the Full Art Giratina V, 186. There's 8,073 copies, almost 10,000. And then a Giratina V-Star, you're going to see 1,141, as well as the Secret Rare for 212 at 1,473. And then let's look at Prismatic Evolutions, this newer set. The Flareon EX is 1,179, Ceruledge is 1,052, Glaceon EX is 1,352 copies, Jolteon 1,204, Espeon 1,136, Sylveon 1,416, Umbreon EX, the one that everyone wants, can't get away from the Pop Report, 2,339 with 3,504. And from what I've heard, because I actually don't really open Pokemon cards anymore because I watch all this shit happen and I watch it unfold, and I'm kind of like, I can't spend money on this shit because everyone thinks their shit stinks and it don't stink. I know you like to think your shit don't stink, but lean a little closer. Let's talk about some Pop Reports, you know? And so